Welcome to Frank Bruno Law. I am Frank Bruno. I'm an elder law and probate attorney in New York. Today I have a simple and straightforward question. What happens if the executor in my will passes away? Good question. Before I get to that, if you would like to speak with me, please go to my website, frankbrunolaw.com. You can send me an email, frank at frankbrunolaw.com. Now, what happens if an executor dies? So, I guess that could happen in one of two scenarios. If the executor dies before the will maker, the person that is putting together a will, could change the will, modify the will, edit the will to make a different executor. That's a good plan. Now, in scenario 2, if the executor, so the will maker passes away, and either prior to the executor passes away or subsequent to the will maker passing away, but before actually probating the will, if the executor dies, well, if you have a backup and a successor executor, no issues. In all of my wills, I ask the client if they have a substitute executor, right? In the event that that person is incapacitated or unwilling to proceed as the executor. So it's called a successor executor. And the type of language that I use in the will is, should my executor be unable or unwilling to be the executor, then I appoint the successor executor. And what do I mean unable or unwilling? Well, unable, maybe they're in the military and they're overseas. They're on a job assignment overseas in Europe, Asia, somewhere other than conveniently in the state of New York. What if they relocated to California and don't want to attend to the duties and obligations of an executor? Well, that would be unable or unwilling, because maybe there was a falling out, or they just don't want to take the responsibility of being an executor. So if you have a successor executor, that person stands in the same shoes and has the responsibility of being the executor for the estate. Now, if the primary and the secondary executor is unavailable, then someone else can step up and petition the surrogate's court for the ability to serve in that role in that case. Okay? If you have any questions, if you'd like to speak with me, please go to Frank at Frank Bruno Law. Thank you very much.